everyone, and welcome to the big show. My name is Jerk. Meta Jerk. Is that going to get us demonetized? Might be worth it. How is everybody doing? It is just another Manic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, because that's my low-tier fun day, my I don't have to sweat day. And that means I get an opportunity to run into some boats I don't normally socialize with and bring a hard-hitting investigative interview to your screens while you sit on the toilet bowl. So let's get them out here before you finish your business. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the Tier 5 Royal Navy British Heavy Cruiser. Give it up for London. Yes, the London. What to even say about this ship? I think I got it in a crate a few months ago, and I'm going to be honest, it is probably near the bottom of premium ships you should ever think about acquiring. But you know me, weird bad ships are like really fake-looking red hair on a girl. It gets me all aflutter. So what is the fake red hair on this ship? Oh my god, Becky, check out that reload. 16 very long seconds with my particular setup, but I bet if you really wanted to, you could make it even longer. Speaking of my setup, oh, hold on a second. Speaking of, oh man. Speaking of my setup, who do we have navigating this police box? Why, none other than David Tennant with his companions Jesse Von Joe and Mikawa? What the heck was I thinking here? I'm honestly not sure. I think this is set up for a stealth Embra, but I can tell you this is definitely not how you would probably want to run the London. It is just how I happen to be running it in this game. As I mentioned, this game was from Sunday, and obviously we have had a patch since then, and you're maybe wondering when you can expect to see some of those ships. Soon, I think. I bought the Tallinn, and I will tell you that ship is awesome. And I got the Riga, and that ship is, well, I haven't gotten it maxed out yet, so I'm going to reserve judgment on it. Maybe it's just because Tallinn is so good. I would say, so far, the Tallinn is the best ship of this update. Oh right, didn't Ouija give me a campaign ship for a week? I guess I'll have to check that out too. But I'll tell you, the mines, it seems okay. It's probably not going to be for me, though. I did notice that its turret traversal was very slow. Anyway, let's get into this match. It's everyone's favorite fault line. And despite all of those educational CCs doing videos on this map, the center group of blue came over here. Why? Why do they always do this? And this is my general rule of thumb when I get this particular spawn. Sink a ship or two over here, and then head back to your base. It's like the center spawn just wants to trade places. Now, I was hoping to have picked up that Pensacola, but when the reload time on your ship is so long, and the Alpha Strike is rather unremarkable, if you're playing this ship, you better be okay with other players securing ships you have worked on for quite a while. But there is one thing you can do to combat that, and that is to position yourself well. And the first part of doing that is being on the move and having your plan in action before everyone else. And with a bit of luck, this is going to end up being a 6-pack of Nuki Brown. So, if you look at the mini-map, you can see the center spawn is almost here, and I am pointed back to our base, and I am trying to secure that Oklahoma, and I get so close, but me sinking that ship isn't as important as winning this match, so head down feeling dejected. As the Pope of Mope says, every day is like Sunday, and how I dearly wish they were not here. But there's a silver lining, and part of the beauty of going to where your team isn't, when the red team is fleeing the mass behind them going, mine, 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 they aren't positioning themselves against you. and you can position yourself into a spot where you will line up a shot, sink it over the hill and through the woods, and get your first ship sunk. So yes, I am trudging back over pebbles and sand to our base, but I'm looking at the movement of this Aoba, and might as well take that one shot. I know it said it wasn't going to get over, but hey, what else am I going to do? But, is that the beach where my clothes were stolen? Anyway, as I'm getting around this corner, I'm looking over and you're going to see I'm going to take a nice long look at the Oklahoma, because I think I'm going to be able to lob a shot over at it. Look how weak that is. Yeah, see, they're fleeing from those ships behind them. Now let's aim a little bit. And I think this is going to do it. Mine. So, there is ship number 1, and we can see I'm still heading back to our base because, look, there's nothing over there now, right? All those ships, all the blue ships heading over there, and I think one of them's even a California, who is notoriously slow, especially American battleships shouldn't be going over there. Stay in the center. But, look, you know, their teams pushed through. They're over here. And I'm just going to check everyone's health as they pop up. That Oklahoma is very healthy. But I do have some very short-range torpedoes on here. I think they're only 6 kilometers. But basically where I'm trying to get myself now is going to be able to be sitting on our base, so at least they're not capping it, while I try and just stall for time so our team can actually get back here. I am spotted at this point, and I was thinking, is that the destroyer? But it's actually a battleship. I believe it's a New Mexico has me spotted from when I tried to lob that shot over the top. Yeah, there it was over there. So as I get to this corner, I'm going to be able to angle out again, set up my smoke screen, and try and just delay this from getting out of hand. Mamma mia, this is not an Italian cruiser. Smoke isn't going to be coming out as fast as you are going, so you're going to want to be slowing your roll, pal. And you know how I was speaking about the long reload earlier? You all know that I do not hold my shots, and by that I mean I don't hold a shot to yoink a ship. I shoot when I can, or if it's the right time. And I think you are going to see that I'm going to get quite lucky for the remainder of this match, with salvos going out just in the nick of time. I was just checking my smoke firing penalty right there. And I'm going to get, I think, some fires on here. But since they're giving me broadside, I was like, you know what? Let's try the AP. And I am happy to report that the AP is nothing to write home about. But of course it isn't. I mean, it does okay. Let's see how much damage this actually does. None? Then what do we get there? Just a few overpins? But we'll try it again. And we're going to get our second ship sunk. See, I'm shooting as fast as I can. Oh, hello. And because we positioned ourselves where we did, we are going to get access to more ships. Molotov, I haven't been spotted, so Molotov doesn't know I'm here. And we'll take that one. And here comes a New Mexico. And you're going to see, I'm thinking, okay, let's get our torps off from the other side onto this ship. Oh man, I sure do wish that the New Mexico was a little bit faster, and maybe that the London was a little bit more agile, because look at how painfully long this is. All for the maximum lulls of being able to torp this boat. But you know what? If you've done your math, I'm at 3 ships. I've already mentioned that this is a 6-pack. That means one of these ships I am not going to sink, and I'll give you a hint. It's going to be the New Mexico, because this is actually a carrier game, and I think the carrier flying over here I think they actually spotted my torps that were going to hit this New Mexico, so that's a bummer. Could have had a potential for a jackpot here. And this does have the tube by tube option, but I'm just going to go ahead and dump the whole thing there and then get headed around this way with my hydro so I can try and find the destroyer, which I know is weak. And then there's another cruiser that hasn't been spotted. I believe it's a Nuremberg, and I don't know what its health is either. But since my hydro was going right here and I knew that their destroyer was still on the cap, I was like, well, let's push them while they're in their smoke and try and catch them with our hydro so we can sink those, or sink the destroyer. And being spotted by this plane, so, you know, the Bovoy probably knows, maybe. You would think that they would know, but they're just going to keep sitting there. And pretty soon I'm going to catch them, and we're going to see how accurate these guns are at this range. It should be an instant deletion, and of course it isn't. only one shell hits. Oy. That was certain another ship would shoot this, but they don't, because everyone else is too far behind. That is our fourth ship sunk. There's the Nuremberg, and my hydro is still going, so I can see if there's any torps coming. What I don't know is what awaits me on the other side of this smoke screen, so I am taking my time slow, going to try and get that Nuremberg with the AP there. And now I'm going to get focused by this carrier. There's 6 of the Nuremberg's torps, and hey, there is the carrier right there. But since I'm being harassed by the carrier, I'm actually going to do a little pregnant pause here for a second and get in my smoke. And I'm still expecting the torps from the other side from the Nuremberg as well. So I'm just going to sit here, and you're actually going to see the carrier gets a blind drop on me, which was pretty impressive. Nuremberg is very weak. Look at where my teammates are. See, they're behind the island, so they can't get shots off on it anyway. There's the remainder of its torps, so we can go ahead and push out. See, I hadn't been spotted in a while. That was a very good drop by that carrier player. But right here, we're going to go ahead and pick up Kraken 328 in the London. And now it's just time for the 6-pack. And you're probably asking yourselves, how can you get this? How can you get this carrier? How can it be that one of these other ships doesn't delete it? And especially when your reload is so long. Well, I will show you. So I'm going to go ahead and fire my first salvo. I can't remember. Is this the one that actually gets a citadel or two? Yep, we get one there. And I'm looking at the time of this match because I also need to have my torps in the water because they will actually go faster than my shells, right? Well, I guess they're not faster than my shells, but they will guarantee it. And there's the tube by tube. I'm gonna get another salvo out here. It just looks like this is this should be the final shot, right? No, it isn't. But what is going to get him are going to be those torps, and that will be our 6-pack to cap this game. All right, let's see this scoreboard. 2,404 XP for a good game, but you know what? That is not an easy thing to do in this computer boat, and while the scoreboard may not exactly indicate it, this was actually a pretty good game for each team. So GG's to all involved. And that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you want me to actually show off the new ships and not old turds from a crate, give this video a like. If you only want me to play the same ships over and over and over, hit dislike. Questions, comments, leave them down below. And if you know what's good for you, you're going to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk then.